Good afternoon, friends, followers, Canadians, and all First Peoples. I've been extremely busy this weekend, all weekend, and of course, I work afternoon shifts. I was up very early today. I got a phone call from Ontario's First Peoples, and they've communicated this new hired third-party organization to oversee residential school genocide investigations in Ontario for the First Peoples. This is absolutely for Robinson Huron and 39 other treaty Indians, and they have an issue that why is this foreign organization doing the investigation? Well, thanks to the contact I made through Travis Boisneau, Deputy Grand Chief in Ontario, and a woman, I'm not going to say her name at this time, I'm waiting to hear back, but I want to give this public education absolute for the civil society and who they are and what ties they have to the real International Criminal Court, and that is the highest court in the United Nations. It is absolutely under the United Nations permanent 5 members, the allies of World War II, their court. Now, this ICMP, International Commission of Missing Persons, is a civil society that does have an agreement with the International Criminal Court. It was signed by the former president of the International Criminal Court, Fatou, and she was the one who also gave me a 2-year education after I completed Alberta independence on the International Criminal Court. I've disclosed that to First Peoples. I've talked to people. It's real, it's credible, it's verifiable. I did that course. I completed it, and Fatou signed it off. So I have my documentation too. It's not about who's bigger, who's best. I want everybody across Canada and any international organizations to understand something about how the international legal system works. It's for all Canadians, all First Peoples. We were all institutionalized by this country, Canada, a constitutional monarchy that is brought forward through Justin Trudeau, an organization for Ontario First Peoples to do your investigations. And they do have a letter of understanding with the International Criminal Court. Are they attached to the International Criminal Court? The answer is no. They're independent. They are mandated to turn over all investigation materials to the International Criminal Court. First Peoples, absolutely all First Peoples. Should you take an organization like that, that is great, that's wonderful. Sure, do that. But there is another side to this coin. That organization is absolutely embedded with absolutely all colonials. All of them. All colonials. USA is present there, very, very limited. It is overrun by British Parliament. It's overrun by foreign crowns. When I say crowns, many kingdoms still exist in the world today. Her Majesty Jordan is there. These are all people who subjugate and liquidate savage peoples in their history all over the world. Now, hear me out. I am not making accusations here. I'm just saying that this band together group is all colonizers. Majority of them are colonizers. Do you know how you keep them in check? You report to the entirety of the United Nations Security Council permanent members. That includes Russia and China, not just Britain, France, and their hand-picked colonials in an organization that all have a tremendous amount to lose, and absolutely reparations to many First Peoples all over the world. I'm not accusing this organization of working for Trudeau to serve his best interests, because it serves their best interests. All I'm saying is, to avoid that reality, every single chief in Canada with residential genocide under their belt must at all costs, regardless if it's the Canadian government, civil societies of Canada, or civil societies abroad who have affiliations with the International Criminal Court, you must keep them honest. You must keep everybody in check. How do you do that? That is the education we give with our residential school genocide team that is all First Peoples. No, I'm not First Peoples. Yes, there's Treaty 6 people in Canada that like to throw me under the bus, but the reality is I've been across Canada. I've met many First Nations. I give a free education from the International Criminal Court. Fatou was my instructor, the former president of the International Criminal Court. She was thrown out by Donald Trump trying to bring up genocide and the American country, and you can't do that. You can't take on the P5. It's the court of the P5. I'm not attacking USA. I'm not attacking United Kingdom or other crown colonials like France. We are taking all the allies, all 5 of them, regardless of conflicts throughout the world, regardless of hairs on necks standing up. The reality is, until there's a World War III, it is in the best interests of every First Nations across Canada in residential school genocide to absolutely report all findings, all ground penetrating radar, as they are applicable in their court, ICC. Civil societies affiliated with or underneath or associated with can't guarantee you that. Who can guarantee you impartiality and that all will serve the UNSC P5 is to report directly to the UNSC P5, which does include China, USA, France, UK, and Russia, the ultimate highest authority over genocide in the entire world. What happened with residential school genocide is absolutely the worst crime you can commit in this world today, and it does absolutely come with the death penalty. UK's administered it, France has administered it, USA's administered it, Russia's administered it, China's administered it many, many times. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen in Canada. All I'm saying to all First Peoples, all of you, you need to report to the entirety of the United Nations Security Council every step of the way. We have the way to do that. Fatou, in the letter of understanding for the ICMP that's taking over the investigation hired by Trudeau, she's no longer in charge of the ICC. I know she was a good woman. I know because I did a course with her, many former justices, and absolutely many former Crown prosecutors of the International Criminal Court. I have that course. I completed it 2 years of my life. I have nothing to hide or cheat out of anybody. I don't try to make money. I don't try to present myself as some kind of savior of humanity or, like the Crown, some kind of dirty, sick, divine human being. I give a free education that was bestowed upon me, the time and energy I put into that work to make sure the First Peoples have a fair shot, a fair chance for justice, and that is it. Never, ever stray outside the P5, the United Nations Security Council Permanent 5 members. Always keep everything and every one of them in the loop. Can you trust UK Parliament inside this ICMP? Can you trust crown colonial majesties from all kinds of countries around the world inside that organization? I would say not without the check and balance called their overruling masters, the overruling masters and commanders of the International Criminal Court, the United Nations Permanent 5 members. They are also, of the Security Council, are also the 5 victorious allies of World War II. Since 1945, they administer solely or jointly together, all 5, all international law and all peace and security. They are also the masters and commanders of human rights. Don't ever minimize USA, Russia, and China when it comes to human rights. Believe it or not, that is the truth. First Peoples, it was only China who brought for the first time ever Treaty Indians, Métis, and Inuit and residential school genocide to front and center on stage in the United Nations Security Council for the first time in all of your history. Your case of residential school genocide live. China sponsored you in the holiest grail of the highest authority, the United Nations Security Council, specifically the permanent members. Do not take that lightly. Keep these colonials in check who are doing these investigations. Keep Canada in check doing these investigations. How do you do that? You report absolutely everything to the whole of the United Nations Security Council. Let them all have it. Let them all look at it. It will keep the few members honest if they thought that they could throw things under the bus to get away from their reparations, their colonial abuses. Think about what I'm saying, people. Share it out. Get it shared. Everyone needs to know. I'm not afraid to go around Canada educating. I'm not afraid of the loyalists who are First Peoples and Canadians alike, especially Crown politicians and embed chiefs. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of Roseanne Archibald, Mary Simon, Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, Pierre Poilievre, Elizabeth May, Maxime Bernier, or anyone else in this sick, twisted system. First Peoples have a right to know the entire truth, the full extent of the world, whether people like that or not. All Canadians do too. We need to know this truth. We, the people. It's an idea that's gone around the world, not in heavy majority, folks. It's in a minority. But those that have seen it through are doing extremely well today, while the rest of us struggle with something's wrong. Thank you. That's my video. Share. Get it out there. I'm going to go back to bed and get some more sleep. God bless everybody. Bye now.